It's another Teacher Prep Tuesday because I just can't stop and there's always something to do. So I always kind of work on things in the morning while my family is still asleep. And also while my husband is watching the news in the morning, I can kind of do a few things. So I've been working on my work cards. Those are ready to take to my classroom and put in the pocket chart. I just have to put the numbers on them. I had to make more labels because I went through all 10 sheets. You know how many that is? That's 300 labels. That means I had that many books. Exciting. I've been labeling my books that I brought home from my classroom yesterday. Got them all labeled. I got the AR dots on them and I got my name labels on all of them. I'll show you the boxes in just a minute. I've also been working on editing my weekend what's up, and that is uploading right now, so it'll be ready for the morning. My daughter found this when she was cleaning her room. She's kind of in a cleaning frenzy, wants to spiff it up. And she said, "Hey Mom, you want this?" And I said, "Yeah." And I want to do something cool in my classroom, probably on my desk or my little teacher bookshelf, but I'm not sure exactly what to do with it. Now you can kind of tell the size of it. It's smaller than a tissue box. Originally, apparently it had an ornament in it. I don't even know where this came from because I do not have an ornament like this. And my daughter does not have a J in her name. So I have no idea where this came from. She just found it in her closet randomly. So I like to do something fun because it's super cute. I love chevrons. And it's got my first initial. And it's got cute colors. And how cute would that be on my desk or around my desk? So if you have some great ideas, you creative people out there might find something really awesome for me to use this for. So please put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. All of these are labeled. So all of these and a lot of these came from one long shelf on one of the back of those rolling carts that I showed you yesterday. I cleared that whole shelf out and I brought them home. Now these have a lot of chapter books in them. I'll show you. That were in the colored baskets on my shelves where the little yellow curtains are behind my reading table. Those are my personal read alouds. But I had 2 sets of Junie B because my daughter had a set and I had a set because when I got mine, she was still reading hers. But then she donated hers to me a few years back. So I took them to school too, thinking I would do something with them, and I didn't really. Then I have some Flat Stanleys that I've randomly collected. I have some other just random chapter books, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to take those home and level them and label them. Then there's this whole box that doesn't fit anything. There are no AR quizzes for them. They are not guided reading leveled anywhere. So they're just for fun books. So just, you know, if you have a few minutes to kill, here, read this book just for fun. These are all AR leveled. Yes. Except for Moon Bear. I didn't mean to bring him home. He just got stuck in there. He needs to go in that stack that I left on the shelf yesterday because that's one of the books that went with the old Basil series that my school used to have years and years ago before I even started teaching there. I am going to print those monthly writing prompts that Pocketful of Primary Michelle has made, and I'll show you that and put them in those folders. So I'll show you that when I get it done. So this is what I'm talking about. I showed you this one other time. She's got prompts for each month of the school year, and also she has a file in this set where you can print strips and you can have the kids just glue them into an interactive journal if you want to. So you don't actually have to have a book of prompts. They can have a prompt a day if that's what you want to do, or whenever. There's a label. Now Michelle keeps hers in a binder. I'm going to use those poly folders that I showed you I got at Walmart last week. I like that she has 20 prompts for each month and a word bank that has like seasonal words for that month. So if a kiddo isn't sure how to spell something, it's right there. It goes all the way through the year, even through summer. So you could even send, like we're not in school in June and July. I could send this home with my kids and they would have something to do over the summer instead of driving their parents bananas. Yes, you're welcome, parents. I do think of you. But look how awesome. It's so organized. It's so cute. And she even has writing pages. So you could make a journal that just goes with these writing prompts. And that could be like a writing station. How cool would that be? And then they tell you what prompt number it is because it's, you know, labeled right there. See? And they're very creative. Let me show you the other file that she has in here. These are the strips I talked about. Okay, see how you could just cut these out, or even have the kids cut off a slice. and then they can just glue it to the top of a spiral notebook page and write about it. I mean, how fun. That would be great for an early finisher activity, I think. You could just have, you know, one of these laying around or a few of them laying around, and they could choose one of them and go grab their early finisher notebook and put it in there. Yeah, be great writing practice. I am going to be printing mine on those colorful Astro Brights papers so that they're a little bit different looking inside the folder and they can tell which month goes with what. I just went on Avery.com and printed some labels for these folders for the monthly writing prompts. Here are the labels printed from their site. I saved this as a PDF. Aren't they cute? They're gonna look really nice on these pink folders. Look at that. And these are just the big labels. These are the Avery 5163 labels, like the mailing labels. And after you print, you tell them if it worked out right or not. And then you can do something else. You can change it to different label sizes. You can make business cards out of it. Kind of cool. All right, so that's what it looks like on the screen. And you can choose your design. You can put in what you're looking for, and that's why I like that one. And I just took these off and then made my own thing to just be centered. You can customize it by taking things out, moving it around, because these are boxes. So you can just see, you can just slide it around like that. I took this one off completely, and I took this one off completely, and just used this. And then I changed the font over here. See, they have different fonts you can choose from. Go up and down the box, and you can change the size of it. Just by going up and down, it goes really huge to really small. You can change the color. This is the color I used last time. It's the color I used this time. Cool, huh? All right, it's pretty easy. It just takes a few minutes and you got what you want. So I'm going to keep printing my writing prompts and show you the finished product in a minute. All right, I've got my folders ready. Look at there. All 4 of them. Got them labeled. Don't they look nice? I love the little pineapples. And then I've got 10 page protectors in here, ready to load the prompts in. I've just been printing the pages front to back, so that way one side will have the prompts and the other side will have the word bank. Okay, I'm printing this one right now, so I'll show you when I get it all put together. Well, it took a little bit of time, but these are all finished. And as you saw, I had lunch in between because it takes a little while to print everything. And then you kind of need to let the pages dry a little bit because of the black ink. And when you're printing on one page two-sided, it doesn't dry as quickly as single pages. But here's what they look like. Looks pretty cool, I think. I tried to choose colors that I already had that sort of kind of went with what I envisioned for each month. So here is the whole thing. I thought about going January to December, but then I opted to go the way our school year runs. So I started with August because we go back, teachers here and students actually come back the 21st. So they can, I mean, it doesn't matter which prompt they pick anyway. So whatever, they can pick whatever they want. And these are seasonal. So I was just thinking as I was sitting here, if you're not a teacher in the States and you don't have the same seasons as we do, you could use these strips instead because they don't have the month on them. And you can just put them in whatever order that the seasons work for you. And you could pick and choose your prompts. Of course, you're not necessarily going to have the same holidays that we have in the States. So it is adaptable even if you're not a person that teaches in the United States. So there you go. So for you Australian teachers that have opposite seasons than us, you're not going to have Christmas at the same season that we do. you're going to want to put yours in summer. So yeah, that's an option for you. Oh my goodness, guys, the best thing ever just happened. So I'm sitting here editing my vlog, watching myself, getting tired of watching myself and listening to myself talk, and my phone rang. I'm like, oh, okay. And you will never believe who it was. Look. That's right, Marielle. What a great surprise. That was the best thing ever. That was really a highlight of my day. It was so neat. So she was just in the car coming back home from somewhere, and she said, hey, I think I'll just call, because normally we text each other, but obviously you can't text and drive. She's being safe. And she just gave me a call, and it was so cool. I had the greatest conversation with her. It was so fun. Good morning. This is a new angle. I'm feeling pretty lazy today. Happy 4th of July. Boom, boom. Happy Independence Day. And if you're not from the United States, happy 4th of July anyway. Because everybody has a 4th of July. We just don't all celebrate it the same way. So I'm just laying here and I'm texting Marielle. We're having a nice little conversation, and you can see my computer up there. And the books that I would like to read that have been sitting there for a while. And a teacher resource magazine that I have yet to look through, because I just don't get to things a lot of times, but that's okay. It's summer. No big deal. So today's agenda is to get dressed, for one thing, because I'm in my jammies, because it's only 8 o'clock. And I've been here for about an hour. I got up earlier than this, but didn't really do much of anything. Fed all the cats and everything. We're going to have grilled burgers and corn on the cob and baked beans and potato salad. And I'm going to make a special flag fruit pizza. And I will definitely show you that because it's so pretty. You almost don't want to cut into it, but it's so yummy you have to. Yeah. I will definitely show you all the process of making that. Don't be intimidated. It is not difficult. Trust me. I'll show you and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's not hard. Yeah. You can do it. Okay, I hope that you had a fantastic 4th of July celebration, because by the time you see this, yours will be over. I'm just starting. So, I will catch up with you in a little bit and let you know what's happening. I've got some of my favorite things sitting here. I have a mocha frappe from McDonald's. I have an egg and cheese biscuit, and I have my friend Marielle. I'm watching her going to Nashville video. Yay, it's a great way to start the day. Cheers. Hi! Happy 4th of July and welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to be showing you what I'm making for our 4th of July celebration. The first thing is a Stars and Stripes cookie flag. That's right. It tastes as good as it sounds. So first of all, you're going to need like a 15 by 10 cookie sheet and some parchment paper. Now what I've done is I pulled a huge sheet out and I've kind of cut the inside part. And I like to leave the edges so I can pull it out of there. I'm gonna fold them in a little bit so they are not in my way as much. Okay, see like that? You're gonna need, for this size, 2 rolls of sugar cookie dough. Now I put the recipe on Instagram if you want to make a smaller one. So I did the smaller recipe on there, and that's just 1 roll of dough. So I've left this out for about half an hour so it could soften, because you're gonna smush it into the shape of your pan. Okay, then I've got my cutting board out so I can cut up the fruit as I go. You don't want to have leftover fruit that's cut up because it doesn't stay as good. So I just cut it as I go. That way I don't have wasted fruit. We're gonna open our dough. This is just Pillsbury sugar cookie dough. You don't have to get Pillsbury. This is all they had at the store where I went. Usually I get like the generic because it tastes just as good, because you're gonna doctor it up anyway. All right, so you're gonna open it up. See how nice and soft, I don't think you can tell, but see how squishy it is? All right, now lay that on your cookie sheet. Try to get as much of the dough as you can out of the packaging so you're not wasting it. And it's gonna be slimy, so it's kind of like working with warm Play-Doh. Okay, let's do the other one. Could use a little dough roller to smush it, but it just doesn't work that well. You just stick them on your sheet. You're just gonna smush it into the shape of your pan. Just be patient. You don't want to rip it a whole bunch. Okay, it's gonna smush out. And you're gonna try to get it as even as possible, except on the edges you want it to be just a little thicker, so you have like a lip. You want to kind of get the 2 pieces of dough to meet up in the middle. There you go. Okay, I'm going to turn the oven on. You want to kind of make sure that it's even across the whole pan, so you don't have really, really thick spots and then really, really thin spots. And I like to poke it with a fork so it doesn't bubble up. So you just poke it a little bit. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to patty up our hamburgers while that is resting. I've got my meat right here. And my seasonings, I use the Crazy Mixed Up salt. I use Lowry seasoned salt. I use black pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Just a little bit. I don't have measurements, just kind of to taste. This is just a pound of hamburger, so I'm not going to put a ton of salt in it, because I've got 2 different kinds of salt. Just kind of sprinkle it a little bit. Make sure you get the right end. Oh, that could be a disaster. Now for the squishing. You want to try to work in those seasonings to the meat so that every bite has good flavor. Okay, and now I'm just going to kind of divide it in 4 pieces. There are only 2 of us that will eat the burgers. Caitlin's going to have a veggie burger. She's a vegetarian, which is great. Okay, you just, I'm sure you know how to make hamburgers, but just patty them up. Just kind of go in circles. They do have those hamburger patty makers. They just stick to those in my experience. We have one, but it's just kind of a pain. So let's kind of make a roundish burger, about the same thickness all the way through so that it cooks well. And since it's so stinking hot outside, it's like 95 degrees, I'm using my George Foreman grill because it doesn't heat the house up. Like, I'll be heating the house up enough with the oven, which is another reason I didn't preheat it. There. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands and then cover this with foil and put it in the fridge for later. While you're letting this relax and waiting for the oven to heat up, this is a good time to get your berries prepared. So go clean your strawberries and your blueberries, like rinse them really, really well, and get your bananas chosen, and then have your cutting board out, and you can get all that prepared ahead of time. We can also make our topping, which is going to be cream cheese and Cool Whip. To make your topping, you're just going to need a block of cream cheese, and for this size pizza, a 32-ounce container of Cool Whip. Now, if you're making a smaller pan, like a normal size cookie sheet, you probably only need like a 12-ounce or a 16-ounce Cool Whip, maybe 2 of the small ones, or 1 medium one, and a block of cream cheese. But this is gonna be yummy. Okay, my oven is ready, so I'm going to pop this in. It's gonna bake between 8 and 12 minutes. You have to kind of watch it because you don't want it to get too done. You just want it to be done. So if it starts to get lightly brown, that's the time to pop it out of there and let it cool. Okay, I set the timer for 9 minutes. While that's doing its thing, I'm gonna get my corn ready. Okay, I'm gonna do my corn now. To do that, I'm just gonna use a plate, a big glove of paper towel. I'm gonna lay my corn on there. And just wrap it up, microwave it for about 10 minutes or so, and then use a fork and pop the kernels and see if they're soft enough. I've got my George Foreman grill heating up. I put it on medium. I don't even know what, I don't know what model this is. It's been around a while. So, got a microwave safe casserole dish. Got 2 cans of pork and beans already drained to make my baked beans. Baked. They're microwaved. Throw those in here. Then ketchup, just a glob. About like that. I'd say that's a 1/4 cup. And then brown sugar. I'd say that's probably 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And kind of smush the globs out. Just mix it around. And then cook it on high in the microwave for about 12 minutes. Should be about right. Depends on your microwave. You might have to tweak the time a little bit. It also depends on the consistency that you like. If you like it to be a little runnier, then you wouldn't need to cook it as long. You just want to get the flavors all melded together. There we go. So basically everything cooks for about 10 minutes. So just time everything. Back to show you what happens. Well, that's doing things. I'm getting a package ready. Just send to someone special. So I'm not going to show you what it is because she can open it when it comes and you can see her get it. But I need to write a card. And I remember to grab these from my classroom because all my cool cards are at school. Oh, this person is going to love, I'm sure, what they get. So I've got an address label made, a return label made, and there's the The cookie is almost done. I jiggled it and it's still a little wiggly in the middle. I'm gonna let it bake just a couple minutes, then I'm gonna take it out. But until then, I'm gonna write a card from a friend. With an ink joy, because that's how special this person is to me. Okay, here's the person. I bet you already guessed that, didn't you? Get your free facial. Woo! Warmish. Check it out. It looks Perfect. Okay, for the cool. It's the opposite of the Polar Express hot chocolate. On there, you never ever let it cool. With this, you have to let it cool. Happy 4th of July. All right, you want to cream the cream cheese and then stir in the Cool Whip until it's nice and smooth and creamy. All right, look, it's done. I'll turn around and show you in just a second. So I used like 13 strawberries. I counted the tops. 1.5 bananas. And 49 blueberries. 49, that was close. Okay, here's what it looks like. Check it out. It's beautiful. Now, it looks better if you have the strawberry slices about the same size. So then you have lots of little leftover pieces, as you can see. So you don't use the very top and you don't use the few little slices at the bottom. There you go. Pretty easy. Now we're going to enjoy it. Look what we have. Oh my goodness, how cute are they? Oh, look at them. Hi, cutie pies. Oh, sweet babies. Caitlin and Garrel are outside finishing up the little poppers, the little pop rock things. And the cats are very happy to have a human back inside. They do not like the fireworks. Hi, sweetie. As you can imagine. So our tradition kind of is that Caitlin and Garrel go off and get fireworks at a fireworks stand, and I get the food ready. And then when it's dark enough, we start doing our own little fireworks celebration because we live out in the country, so we don't have to worry about city codes. That's pretty nice. But we do try to be polite and not shoot stuff off too late because most of the time 4th of July does fall on a work night. So people have to get up in the morning to go to work. So anyway, that's the end of our 4th of July celebration. We are going to go finish watching Independence Day, as is tradition. And it's about 10 till 10. So we probably will not get to Independence Day 2. might have to hold off on that till tomorrow night, make it a 2-night celebration. So thank you for joining us, and I will talk to you next time. Pikachu says goodbye too.